Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Whenever you come across this video, thank you so much for choosing to spend a little bit of time with me. I'm so grateful for every single one of you. I love you guys so much. Thank you for all the likes, shares, and subscribes. Everyone who is booking, making purchases off the website, pledges to the Patreon, sending things to the P.O. Box, purchases off the wish list, and pledges to the Patreon. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you guys so much. Oh, and thank you for tipping the Clary stuff also. Um, yes, so this is going to be a pick a card, and I thought, why not do my specialty? What is the blockage? What is the blockage? So, a little gift to you, something that you can work through over the weekend. And I think also I'm feeling guided to even take the piles into Patreon for the extended. So, hello. All right, let's see. Let's see. We're gonna use the Kipper deck for the piles to pick a pile. I think we're gonna have 3 piles. So let's go ahead and get our 3 piles on what is the blockage. What it is, home. Oh, what's up? Sorry. Okay, one more. One more, please. There we are. Oh. Okay, we'll take 4. You know what? I knew it. Privileged Lady at the bottom of the deck. I like that. Okay, with Pathway underneath that. All right, so we have 4 piles, my darlings. So community is going to be pile 1. Occupation is going to be pile 2. Okay. Official. Oh, shoot. There's another one underneath that. We're going to take these together because they kind of came out and they were, oh, they had like their backs turned to each other. Look, we have official person was showing up, but then underneath that we had thief. Interesting. For pile 3, okay, and then thief, or I mean poverty for pile 4, okay? So what is your blockage? Go ahead and just take a minute, tap into your intuition, see which one you choose. Sorry, I'm not very good at holding them still, am I? Okay, pile 1. If you chose this community card, okay, at 255, this is going to be the first half of your what is the blockage reading? We'll go deeper on Patreon, okay? So let's see. So community. So immediately when I saw that card come out, I felt as though it really feels like there could be a community that you're like almost some of you may be like hiding from or trying to avoid some sort of judgment, or it could be um, it could also be too that a community was trying to block you, okay? But I feel more so that it could have also been like some sort of like wounding or something. Let's find out. Let's go a little bit deeper on what is the blockage here. What is the blockage for pile 1? The community card, please. Let's go a little bit deeper, get a couple of these. I do have you with this poetic justice. It keeps showing up here. Yeah, with this me Vita lookup, right? It's like it could have been like how you were raised, or the limitations of the people that you are around or were around. Okay, could be part of the blockage here. Tell me about this for pile 1, the community card blockages. Yeah, Back to the Future. Something about going back into the past. Get one more on that, please. Thank you. Nightmare on Elm Street. Child neglect, burned and scarred in your head, subconscious fears. Yeah. So pile one, the blockage is the past. The community that you were within in the past here. And whether this was intentional or not, oh, hold on. So pile one, I paused the thing right at 5:54, which immediately I heard like you're right before a big change here. Okay. So I do feel like you could have been like you've been working through this, but this was like the blockage here. Okay. Or it is the blockage, or I feel like with that, and then we have this bad boys at the bottom of the deck with that 5:54. That number might be significant, or 555. Okay, so tell me more about this community. We're gonna get one more deck over here. Tell me more about this community and how this is the blockage for pile one, please. I mean, obviously, besides the way that you were treated in the past, okay? And again, this feels very much like it was, you know, their own programming, their own reality. There's an energy of like with this Back to the Future, right? Like how they go back in the past. There could be like an element of you doing this often, of going back in the past and but bringing up and surfacing some of these like subconscious fears. And in that instance, I don't know how it would necessarily be a blockage. This could just be something, okay, we have the Ace of Swords. Yeah, you could be seeing this as some sort of blockage, but in reality, it's for you to change your perspective here. Yeah, Two of Pentacles to gain balance over some sort of like survival and even trying to like control. There's an element of control here as well. That could have been something that like your family, maybe you learned from family as well, like controlling. There's an energy of when we try to control things, we don't understand with the divine plan. It's not only just an impact on yourself, but also on others, pile one. And so there's this perception shift that I feel like that might be like coming through for you, or like available to download, or you know what I mean? Like where it's like whatever, you know, circumstance, it's not all, and I don't feel like you think directly all about you, but there is this understanding of how certain things can also affect and help and benefit others, right? So it's like, um, so there's something about circumstances as well here. That you could be, pile one, you could be experiencing a circumstance that is Maybe a subconscious fear. Yeah, but with the Ace of Swords and then the Chariot, this is like, quick movement ahead. So there's some sort of subconscious fear tied into a community on how you perceive what you experience, how you internalize what is happening, and you try to control the situation. Again, this was a learned thing, right? That kind of like that Back to the Future, they're giving me that energy of like yeah, when you go back to the past, you can't change anything or it'll like mess up the future. For whatever reason, they're giving me that energy. I don't know why that came through. It's almost like that download came through and then just went away. But somehow you're changing your perspective on what happened here, okay? And this new like way of looking at life here, okay, that is like different from this community. This could have been like a religious community or like, maybe even like school or again, family. This could also be a community that you're in now, currently, that could be a physical manifestation of the community that caused these subconscious fears to begin with. Okay. Um, and so I get this feeling, you could be experiencing some sort of like the blockage is tied into those beliefs, but then we have the Chariot with the Four of Wands, right? And so that kind of tells me you're headed towards, with this change in perception, you're headed towards, especially justice over this Four of Pentacles, like security and stability, and maybe even like a house. Some of you, maybe you're wondering what the blockage is around like a house, or it could even be like a house payment, or just security and safety in general here. Okay. So I feel like that's the blockage that you're moving through. And it is definitely tied into beliefs that were formed, as like when you were younger here. Okay. Um, yeah, we have the Empress. There's also a community too that are projecting the way that they perceive you with this Back to the Future, the Nightmare on Elm Street. It's like they are looking at you maybe a little crazy, or um, out of like lenses of fear or misunderstood or judgment or something like that here. okay? Um, you could be picking up on this energy, but I feel like, again, with this, the Ace of Swords, the Chariot, the Four of Wands, and the Empress, it's like you're not that, okay? Like you're just like, there is also too some sort of communication that's coming towards you, or that you might be, yeah, maybe about a home or about a family. Maybe that's what you're waiting on, right? Maybe you're waiting to hear about a home, or um, maybe with the Chariot here, there could be like a vehicle or something as well. But with the Empress here, it's like ultimately you are going to attract these things, or, come out of this blockage, okay? Um, I feel like there's definitely something within your heart chakra. Okay, maybe your sacral, your womb, okay, your throat, and maybe your third eye. Okay, that's like tied into this. But I feel like this is what you're moving through. So whatever your current situation is, tap into that. Right? Where is this? What is this a recreation of? You know. Um, because I feel like there's just another perception, just kind of around the corner here. But it has to do with something that you were taught. It could also have to do as well, right? Back to the Future, that crazy energy, with whatever this is that you are, this could be like religious, or, you know, um, just very restrictive beliefs on what is possible here, right? Hmm. Yeah, but we have the Justice again. You'll move through this, okay? You'll move through this, and then you'll be back in this Emperor and this Magician energy, okay? Queen of Wands, High Priestess type of energy here, okay? Um, yeah, I heard short-lived, so this will be short-lived, pile one. But that's what this is tied into. It could have been something as simple as money doesn't grow on trees, or, your family could have really been, I don't know, could have had a lot of lack or something, or a lot of religious something or other. I'm picking up on those two things here, pile one. Okay. Okay. All right. That's what I have for you on this side. Again, Patreon, the extended, um, will be in the description box, and timestamps will be there as well. So, okay, I love you. Pile two, this occupation card. If you chose this for your blockage, my guess is you might be wondering about a blockage within an occupation, or wondering where an occupation is going. Some of you, your occupation is your blockage. But let's dive in. Let's go a little further. Let's see what pile two needs to know about their blockage with this occupation card, please. Pile two. What's the blockage with this occupation card, please? The blockage could also be like some sort of like expectation or comparing yourself to others. Like it's like maybe you have some sort of expectation about where something is going to go or what it should turn into. I definitely feel like too, there's a lot of like root chakra energy here, so the block could be in the root chakra. Okay. Um, There's also like I feel this like weight or this like cloud of expectation of like rather than like creating or whatever it is that you're doing here, okay, or this occupation or something, rather than like doing it for joy or for yourself or to, with the intention. I feel like it's about the intention here, okay? And with the root chakra being put here, again, more red, divine feminine, with the root chakra being, yeah, with this divine feminine, that's a lot of weight, right? That's a lot of like, expectations and things like that too. Also, too, there is an expectation or an occupation that is keeping you from this shift. Again, more root chakra energy with this Beyonce, okay? Your root chakra is your safety, your security, your stability. That was kind of like pile one too. But also like your roots, right? Like foundation I'm really picking up on. I feel like this definitely obviously has to do with career, secure income, maybe financial freedom, wealth, abundance, all of that, right? Over here, it felt like a little bit different. This feels more direct as far as maybe even like creating a business or running a business or something like that here. Okay. But there does seem to be evolution within your root chakra about, within this energy. Okay. Um, but yeah, it feels like there's, especially depending on what this is, the weight, or the expectations are a lot, right? And I feel like for some of you, it's like you have found yourself um, moving and doing things again, rather than out of a creative space or a inspired space or something like that. It maybe is out of lack or maybe out of like the expectations of others, right? Oh, people are expecting pile two to, whatever, whatever, right? So I guess I bet, pile two is like, I guess I better do that, right? And even though it's like maybe the first time you did it was so much fun and joyful, but then after a while it was not, that type of energy. It's like rather than moving from an inspired space, you're moving out of a space of like expectation. And I feel like that's limiting you, okay, because you're allowing the limitations of others to guide your journey, pile two, okay, and whatever this is. Okay, also, too, like there is some sort of like belief or expectation that society has created when it comes to whatever this is that you're doing or your occupation or your business or something about like a success level or like what makes you successful. Um, there is some sort of limiting belief around that, right? It's like maybe determining that based on material things rather than what is the value that your, whatever this is, gives to others? Are you like giving to society in a valuable way, or is it like, you know what I mean? And that I feel like you are. But I feel like there's like, maybe you haven't reached certain goals, pile two, or something along those lines. And that will come with this elevation, right? With this like release of these expectations and doing things out of I should do this, or whatever, rather than moving from inspiration and creativity. Okay, so it's like something that you're doing, pile two. The blockages is like you're looking at this as like uh, you know, society says for a career, right, you got to go work 9 to 5, you got to punch numbers hard, right? You got to work hard those hours, and that kind of takes the inspiration and the mojo and the creativity out of it. Whatever you're doing, pile two, I feel like you need that. So there's almost this energy of getting out of some sort of like mindset when it comes to the way that uh, building your empire, or working or doing whatever it is that you're doing here should go. Okay. Becoming a household name, or even like being in a relationship here too. Okay. There's something for some of you, it's like your occupation could be blocking a potential relationship. Um, because maybe your occupation kind of has a lot of ups and downs with it, or inconsistencies, or and so it's like takes a lot of your time and energy. There's For some of you, pile two, there's definitely a need to decide, what is more important to you, especially if you're like building a business but also wanting to you know um, build a relationship with somebody. uh, while there is balance and things like that, for some of you, I just feel like, you may need to decide one or the other for now, getting established in one and then getting, established in the other. Because I feel like both would be big adjustments. Okay, so there's something significant about that as well. I am picking up on two, pile two. You could be asking about somebody else. What is the blockage of somebody else coming towards you? Or like, what's making this move so slow, or something like that? It's somebody's occupation. They're very focused on their work, okay? That is why they have not come towards you. But I feel like it's because this person is wanting to create a foundation, all right? Yeah, but they have their eye on you. They see you. They see you doing the damn thing. Yeah. So for whoever that's for. Okay. Yeah, we have the stars. Okay. So tell me a little bit more about pile two, on what's the blockage. This the Biggie Small, Selena, and Aaliyah. Yeah, you may not know that this person is watching you. Maybe you intuitively know that they are, though, and you're like, are you ever gonna say anything? Yeah, no, they're watching. I feel like they're building their money. Ten of Pentacles here. But also, too, I feel like with whatever this is, okay, there is some sort of wish fulfillment coming. You don't see some sort of sudden growth in something. Okay, something that, again, that was in beginning stages or something like that, okay, is going to grow very quickly. All right, and I feel like it's because you're having victory and success over these blockages that I was talking about. It's these perceptions about, you know, um, what a successful business actually looks like, what your day looks like, how you move, things like that. Because what you're doing, pile two, it feels like you are creating a new generation or a new like lifestyle, okay? You know, you're one of the first to kind of pull out of, and there's plenty of people that have been doing it, right? But to pull out of the way that society kind of has conditioned us to live, right? But that's not freedom. That was just like, you know, trigger warning, but like slavery, made to look like freedom, if we're being completely honest here. So, you know, you're reconditioning yourself here, okay? But it's these beliefs that are the blockage within, and also too, they're telling me an energy of like the amount of work, okay? Like there's something about like having to, sun card, having to work hard. Okay, look, and then sun card, 10 of cups, 3 of wands, ace of cups with the 9 of cups. Yeah, yeah, you're right about this person coming towards you. Anyways, but there's something about, yeah, this could be somebody from your past because I just noticed the death in reverse. um, Wheel of Fortune, the Lovers, the 2 of Cups. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, but it's like, yeah, the amount of hard work that you have to get put in, right? It's changing your value. You know what I mean? Whereas once, you know, we were made to believe that we needed to be paid only $10 an hour, right? And there's an energy of like raising that bar, raising that value, so that you can be balanced and maybe have multiple streams of income, or, you know what I mean? There's just, it's a lot about that here, you know? Yeah, but we have the Emperor and the Hanged Man. So, if you have your own business or if things seem to be moving slow, maybe you're having a hard time finding a job or something like that, if there's a blockage in some sort of occupation or career or business or something, it is because you're gaining some sort of emotional balance. And King of Wands kind of calling your power back in this sense of like, you know, uh, you know, definitely I feel like there is something surprising coming, but there is an energy of, there may also be a shift too in a direction, right? You may leave one career and go to another, or, you know, but I feel like it comes with how you, this perception shift. Okay? Yeah. All right, pile two. That's what I have for you on this side. We are going to take this over to Patreon. That extent is in the description box below. Time links, timestamps will be over there also. And yeah, thank you. Anything else you need from me will be in the description box below. All right, pile three. If you chose this official person with this thief at the back of the deck, that's very interesting. Or behind it, right? Like it was like, this is going to be your reading. What is your blockage here? That's very interesting because that could go lots of different ways, right? There could be somebody posing as an official person, okay, that is actually just like taking from you. This could be a romantic situation. This could be platonic. This could be business, but they could be like draining your energy, or I heard like draining bank accounts. And like it could even be like energetically here. Okay. I could be talking to a divine masculine. Okay. Um, but there is definitely like this, it's like this, it could be somebody posing as an official person. Or pile three, you could be this official person and there is a thief that you don't see, that is taking something somehow. Okay. I just heard shadow ban. Okay. They could, if you have like a channel or something, they could be like reporting your channel. Okay. Um, but this honestly feels like, a lot of times the blockage is within us. This feels like pile three, this blockage. Now, there may be something within you that we pick up on that may have attracted this person, and that's very possible. But it seems like there is resistance because this person is some sort of energetic interference here. Okay. Um, but I feel like they're possibly getting to a point where they can't keep up. Okay. It's almost like, you know what they're showing me? When like I feel like it's probably just common sense to know that like if you're running away from a dangerous situation in which maybe somebody has a pew pew, right? And they're like, you know, firing towards you, okay? Um, sorry, trigger warning, possibly, and you should run, not straight, right? Like all over the place. That's what I feel like, pile three. If you've been feeling like you've been kind of all over the place or the schedule has been a little scattered or whatever, it's because you're honestly being guided to do this because this whoever this person is, they cannot keep up with that. Okay. They cannot keep up with it, and it's like exposing them, possibly. Okay. Because they don't, it's almost like, maybe you were predictable or something like that, but you're being guided to be a little bit unpredictable because, yeah, I feel like it's exposing this person or it's throwing this person off or getting them out of, you know what I mean? Like they had developed maybe some sort of routine. Okay. This could also be, let's get a couple of these. Tell me about this. What's the blockage? Official person thief. Okay. This could also be an energy of self-doubt, I'll be honest with you. It could really be like self-doubt or imposter syndrome or something like that, right? Like you could really be this official person and for whatever reason you could be doubting yourself, okay? Um, but NWA, yeah, this is probably somebody else, okay? They could be trying to cause self-doubt, all right? Imposter syndrome, they could be trying to slow you down. Like I said, this feels like a ruthless energy, okay? Yeah, but we got birds, like we got gossip here. Okay, we have Black Panther. Okay, so this is somebody, but we have the Matrix. Okay, this is somebody that I feel like doesn't, maybe they don't feel like they have much to lose or something like that, but they are coming up against the wrong Madalika pile three. Okay, they came for a showdown. They're gonna get a showdown. Okay. Um, and that's all there is to it. All right. So if you are feeling as though, like I said, that you're kind of all over the place or like you can't keep up or like, I don't even feel like it's, that I feel like you can't keep up energy. That's possibly their energy. All right. This is definitely somebody trying to, um, I don't know, be an imposter here or something. This is also too, some of you, okay, you've gone through some sort of transition, okay? And in the past, you could have made some mistakes. It doesn't have to be stealing, but there could be some, regret or shame or guilt, okay, that you could be, harboring, all right? And that could be a blockage. Okay, so it's really important that you forgive yourself and you understand that at any given time, we're all just at the level of our consciousness doing the best doing the best we can to keep ourselves safe, feeling safe and secure, right? It is about self-preservation, always. And so it is important that you understand and recognize and know that, you know, while yes, it's not making excuses and owning up to the fact that you made a mistake, that it is also okay to one, know that you are already forgiven in the divine space, in the ethers, okay, but also to forgive yourself, okay, because that is possibly holding you back in some level, okay? And that too could be, that could be where this other person, if there is another person that is like feeding off your energy, that could be their source, right? Is this like guilt that you may be harboring here? But we have the matrix, so this makes me feel like, that you're really coming out of this. This also is that chosen energy, right? That official person energy. Okay, you are going through some sort of rite of passage here, and that is where these opposing forces, of course, come in, right? Um, it's another soul that is committing to, not selling itself. So of course there are going to be like different kind of spirits and things that come your way through certain, physical manifestations to try to prevent you from, dedicating your life to healing. You know what I mean? Becoming that official person. Okay. Because the more that, the more people that awaken, um, the more that those energies can't exist. You know what I mean? They can't hang. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it feels like you're meeting resistance. That's the blockage. And so, whatever the energy that these spirits are kind of bringing up within you, okay? Again, maybe going back to that guilt or that shame, some sort of mistake you made in the past, or like maybe you feel like you missed an opportunity in the past, right? Maybe there's, you're holding yourself back because maybe in the past you made a mistake rather than taking an opportunity. But you're not the same person. You know what I mean? Like ultimately, at the end of the day, pile three, you're not the same person that you were before. Okay. And so whatever is maybe like you feel like you're either blocking yourself from or you're being blocked from, it's because subconsciously you don't feel exactly like you deserve it yet. Okay. It will show up as soon as like it's literally as soon as because they're giving me that energy of there is no spoon, right? It will show up as soon as you recognize and realize that, you're not the same person and that you do deserve whatever this is. Okay. All right. So let's go a little bit further for pile three on what's the blockage with this official person. NWA, the birds, Black Panthers, and the Matrix. Excuse me, Two of Swords, there's that indecision, right? Are you the official person or are you still that old the person that you were before? Again, and thief is just, it's not that you were a thief. I don't, pile three, I don't want you to make that assumption. It's just like kind of that kind of representing that maybe like mistakes, right, that you could have made, right? Um, yeah, but we have the stars here, so it makes me feel like, yeah, with the Ace of Wands, it really makes me feel like you are going to ultimately, make the decision and know that you are this official person, okay? And that you are going to move through this. Yeah, Queen of Cups with the Eight of Swords. Seven of Pentacles, exactly. Yeah, I feel like for some reason, pile three, I just heard you don't feel like you deserve to be in the spotlight, or maybe that you don't really have anything to offer, or there's kind of like this energy of feeling like whatever this is that maybe you feel like you don't have anything new to offer, right? Like, but you have your own unique twist or gift or way of doing things or something like that. But I do want to bring attention. I was just drawn to this here, this Ike and Tina. Um, Again, that could be that thief energy here, right? I do feel like there is someone, maybe a couple of people or something like that, that are actually, it's pulling this out of you, okay? And so I kind of see it in a really positive way, especially with this Two of Swords going to the King of Swords. That's definitely you mastering this perception and really forgiving yourself and seeing the truth of it, right? That in reality, whoever these energies are, that are like kind of pulling this, maybe this like energy of like whatever's coming up in the past, okay? Um, that you're actually teaching them some shit, okay? Whether you realize that or not. And that's what I think that you don't see, right? There could be a little bit of like, a little piece of your inner child that may feel like a victim because these energies may be opposing you. You may feel like you're constantly, but while they're, kind of opposing you, they're pulling all of these things that out of you that is actually bringing you to empowerment, Eight of Wands, but you're also teaching them something. So there's a little bit of that too, pile three, of, maybe that perception shift here of understanding again that you are that official person, right? Like, even through opposition, you're teaching a lesson. Okay, let's get a couple more on the stars and the Ace of Wands here for pile three. Yeah, the illusion is that you are who you were in the past. Yeah, the illusion is this Eight of Swords, that you are stuck, okay, or that anyone could even take anything from you, okay? So again, for some of you, there is no one that is opposing you at this time. It is your, this energy from the past, that's coming up to be forgiven, okay? It's a version of you that is asking you for your forgiveness. And I think that you know, I feel like if it were somebody else coming to you asking for forgiveness for whatever this was, I think that you'd give it to them. So I feel like it's important to give it to yourself. All right. Um, but also too, if there is somebody else, again, it's ultimately to help you move through whatever this is. Okay? Yeah. Two of Pentacles with the Fool. All right, pile three. I'm going to take this over to the extended. That'll be in the description box below. If you need anything else for me, that's also in the description box below. Thanks for hanging out. I love you guys so much. And we'll see you next time. Let me just get a drink of water. Relax for a second. Woo! Last but not least, pile four. Poverty. If you chose this card, this is going to be a reading about what is the blockage. Now, immediately, that last but not least, I feel like that's significant. Okay, some of you may feel like there's a belief here that you're alone, okay? And again, I feel like it's a subconscious thing, possibly from an inner child thing. I feel like for a lot of you, pile four, you know that you're not alone. You know that you don't walk alone. It's been proven to you many times that you are divinely led, that you are divinely supported, but it seems like maybe you can't get out of a rut or something like that. And it doesn't necessarily have to be financially. It feels like it could be lots of different things. But there was possibly an instance, pile four, when you were younger that you may have felt very alone. And I feel as though, maybe you had to grow up, very quickly or something along those lines. It feels like, hyper independence, pile four. You may have a hard time asking for help. But this is where that energy is you were let down by other humans, okay? And you are shifting your trust into the divine. But that's where this blockage is. It's then where you feel like you need to control maybe the outcome a little bit. Again, it feels subconsciously because I feel like consciously you know better. um, but it would simply be to keep yourself safe, right? That's all. That's what it is. And so let's see, what's the blockage for pile four, please? What is the blockage? Right. For some of you, this is like abandonment, okay? This is like kind of being I'm also picking up on like bullies or like maybe embarrassment, okay? Yeah, like this outcast energy, right? With this Nirvana card, you know what I'm really picking up on? I'm picking up on like people like literally like maybe making fun of you or like even more cruelly like inviting you to do something and being like never mind or like not showing up or you know what I mean? That's what this feels like. It feels like this is like outcast energy, pile four. But for some reason you need to know that you are not the outcast. I feel like you may have a lot more attention than you think. But this is this subconscious, there's like some sort of rejection, abandonment, rejection, outcast, kind of maybe that type of energy here that has got you, that is like blocking some sort of growth in some sort of area of your life. Okay. Um, is there any more for pile four on the blockages that want to come out? Pile four, the poverty, and please. Yeah, this is like holding yourself back because maybe not wanting to be made fun of, or you know what I mean? Like maybe even uh, there could have been some even like dangerous situations in the past, pile four. Okay. Or maybe just your authenticity was like belittled here. But I'm really picking up on an energy pile four where it's like, sure, maybe like where you are, I'm picking up on this energy of like, go where you're valued, right? Like, um, whatever this is, you are different, pile four, clearly. You've probably always felt like an outcast. Okay, that's the blockage, right? That you are an outcast. The new belief is that you were just, they didn't understand, right? And that, there is a place where you are valued. There are people that value you. There are people that are in which you would not be an outcast, okay? But ultimately, that blockage is the situation that made you feel like the outcast to begin with, right? Know that bullies are bullies because they don't like themselves. They probably really like you. They're probably really envious of, your ability to um but this is, your ability to be yourself. And but this is where it's like this kind of like, again, I feel like this poverty is almost like a blanket, right? It doesn't necessarily have to be that, but this, it feels like it's rejection, abandonment, feeling left out, not included here. Okay, and so there could have been a time in your life, pile four, where you really like looked for that, right? Like you really looked to feel included. Um, but the thing is you need to go within and connect with that, version of you that was made to feel that way, and allow them to just know that they're not discoded, they're not an outcast, right? Um, because your vibe is what's going to attract your tribe, right? That's an energy too of like no longer chasing a tribe, but in attracting a tribe here. Yeah, this Knight of Swords is kind of giving, oh, and then we have the Queen of Swords, right. This could have come from when you were like a teenager, possibly. Definitely in the past, though. Yeah. But it's like you're not a teenager anymore, right? Like, whoa. This could have even been like a particular situation here, okay? Um, like one particular event that really could have broke your heart, especially when you were a teenager here. Yeah. But with you going within on this blockage, pile four, okay, I honestly, then we have the Seven of Pentacles. That's some sort of harvest that's coming towards you. Okay. So there is this energy of, it's important that you release this perception of yourself. You have internalized, what somebody projected onto you, at a very young age, because they were afraid to be unique, right? Or whatever it is here, okay? Um, but rejection is always your protection. And everyone has a tribe. Everyone has a tribe, okay? But that's where this like almost this, again, going back to this like poverty energy is really coming from. It's yeah. Anything else for pile four and the blockage? Yeah, but you're gonna have victory over this for sure. Mm-hmm. Hermit. Seeing something differently. So, anyways, Pile 4, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for hanging out. I will take this over to the extended that will be in the description box. If you need anything else from me, that's also in the description box. And if I leave you here, I love you, love you, love you, and we'll see you next time.